Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Bella Saputri and
I'm Agnes Madelline Sihotang
from Pelita Harapan University. Today we're thrilled to share our latest research titled How Greenfluencer Engagement and Parasocial Relationships Drive Environmental Activism in Papua's Nickel Mining Movement. Next, let's start with a compelling thought. In an era dominated by digital interactions, can a social media post, a shared story, or a virtual connections truly ignite real-world change for a planet? We believe it can, and our research explores precisely how environmental challenge like nickel mining in Raja Ampat or deforestation in Papua, critical issues in our context of Indonesia, demand immediate and effective actions. Traditionally, activism might mean street protests or community meetings, but now a new force has emerged: greenfluencers. These are individuals and organizations leveraging social media to advocate for environmental causes. However, despite their pervasive presence, a critical gap remains. How exactly does online engagement with these greenfluencers translate into tangible actions, both the simple ones and the more demanding ones? And what role do the so-called parasocial relationships between followers and greenfluencers play? Our study seeks to answer these fundamental questions. How does engagement with greenfluencers influence low effort and high effort environmental activism? And what is the mediating role of parasocial relationship in this process?
To rigorously investigate these complex dynamics, we adopt a quantitative approach using PLS-SEM execute with smart PLS software. We collect data from 400 social media users in Papua, focusing on their perceptions and actions related to critical environmental issues. We set out to test several key hypotheses about these relationships. And first, hypothesis 1 and hypothesis 2 posit that engagement with greenfluencers on social media will positively relate to both low effort and high effort environmental activism and also foster the formation of parasocial relationships. Then, hypothesis 3 explores if these parasocial relationships themselves positively influence both types of environmental activism. And finally, hypothesis 4 and hypothesis 5 delve into the moderating role of environmental knowledge. We hypothesized that environmental knowledge might either strengthen or shift the impact of engagement and parasocial relationships on activism, suggesting its crucial role in information processing. Before diving into the relationships, we ensure the highest quality and integrity of our data. Our rigorous measurement model evaluation confirmed high reliability and robust validity for all constructs and indicators. This means our measures are accurate, consistent, and truly distinct, giving us strong confidence in our findings. This meticulous approach allows us to confidently draw conclusions from our analysis, ensuring the robustness of our results.
Next, now let's unveil the core findings of our structural model, showing the direct pathways to environmental activism. Our model demonstrates significant explanatory power for environmental actions. For low-effort environmental activism, our predictors explain a substantial 70.5% of its variance. Yeah, this is a very strong effect. And for high-effort environmental activism, our model explains 55.8% of its variance, also indicating robust predictive capacity. Delving into the specific relationships, our findings are clear and compelling. First, We found that engagement with Greenfluencers directly and significantly drive both low-effort and high-effort environmental activism. This is crucial. Simply interacting with Greenfluencer content motivates action across different levels of commitment. Second, this very engagement with Greenfluencer also powerfully fosters a parasocial relationships with these advocates, building a sense of connection and trust. And critically, these parasocial relationships in turn significantly boost low-effort environmental activism. The emotional bond makes people more likely to take accessible actions like sharing posts or signing petition. What did we not find? Interestingly, environmental knowledge didn't significantly moderate this effect. This suggests that the direct influence of engagement and parasocial bonds might be paramount, potentially even transcending pre-existing knowledge levels, especially in our specific context. What does this mean for us? This finding provide actionable insight. Greenfluencers are not just raising awareness, they are powerful catalysts for tangible environmental action. For NGO and advocates, focus on building authentic engagement and nurturing those parasocial connections, especially to mobilize widespread low-effort activism.
Okay, in conclusion, our research strongly confirms the pivotal role of Greenfluencer in driving environmental action. Their ability to foster direct engagement and cultivate parasocial relationships stands out as a powerful mechanism individuals toward environmental causes, offering strategic pathways for impactful digital advocacy. For future research, we suggest exploring longitudinal studies to confirm causality over time, investigating other potential factors that might influence participation in high-effort activism, especially within diverse contexts like Papua.
Thank you for your time and attention. We truly appreciate your presence and welcome any question you may have. Thank you.